Yes, sir, baby. Welcome to the Tennessee Titan Podcast. This is Titans Colosseum. Y'all know what time it is, man. We got our butt whooped by the Jaguars, but hey, we right back here with the energy. We
Yeah,
got
absolutely.
that's what we saying.
Yeah, absolutely. We got our butt whooped, but we coming back with the energy. We trying to be optimistic, but we gonna be realistic as well.
Yeah. We got our two hosts in this thing, baby. It's RJ, the RJ show, man, RJ Ellison. And we got one L Firestone, baby, Leonard Firestone in this thing. You know what time it is.
Absolutely, absolutely. Appreciate all y'all that's tuning in with us. Make sure y'all's liking, sharing, comment, and letting us know what y'all's feelings is on the game that we just had. The game is coming up. What you think is good? Looking forward to with the Titans in the future.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me go ahead and get my boy in here, Trey Sean, man. What up, Trey Sean? How you doing, dog? Can't really
What's up,
see you, but yeah.
what's up, my Titan family?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man. So
Uh,
man, where you want to dive in? How you want to jump in on this with what just happened to us on Sunday with these Jags?
well, we got our
What
darn butt
happened?
whooped. That's what happened. I
What
mean,
happened?
Jaguar. I mean, they here to stay, man. It's simple as that. Like the Jaguars, I think they're probably going to be the team. I ain't gonna say the team to beat, but they're gonna compete for this AFC South title from here on out, man. And they proved it on Sunday. I mean, we did give them some Christmas gifts, but I think the Jaguars are here to stay, man. You can see it with their passing game and their running attack.
Yeah, their defense is going to be scary. That D line is going to be scary in the future too. If they keep, Josh Allen and he can stay healthy and on there, that's going to be a force for us on that front line. I'm blanking out on who their first round pick was this year, but he's going to be a threat. So their D line and everything, they're going to be scary in the future once it seems like things are starting to click. And that they're definitely going to be, I think, the contenders for us in the South. But I wasn't expecting this game to go nothing like this. I was completely shocked by it. I was upset. I was pissed off. I was furious that this was even happening, and at home at that. It's like this was not supposed to happen. We're already on a losing streak, and you let the Jags come walk us in the house like that.
Mhm. And the worst part about this is I felt like I saw it coming. When I woke up this morning, I went to the game. I woke up this morning and I was like, man, I really just don't even feel like seeing this game. Like I'm just not feeling it. I'm not really feeling how the Titans have been playing lately. And I just know the Jaguars, I hope that they wake this team up. And I hated to say that because I don't want to lose to the Jags, but I feel like this might have been a wake up call to, man, we need to get our stuff together. Because you see that anybody can beat us now. It ain't just the good teams that are beating us now. The average teams are beating us. You get what I'm saying? Like we came out there, we turned the ball over 4 times. Tannehill throwing interceptions, Tannehill fumbling, Derrick Henry fumbling twice. It You can't do that against anybody, and you're gonna lose. You know,
No.
it's simple as that. Even if you're at home.
No, and that's what I was looking too. Like even one of those interceptions was just a miscue. The wide receiver wasn't even looking. Like it was a quick pass. You could tell like it was one of those like drop back, put the foot in the ground and pass it real quick. The wide receiver wasn't even looking for it. So it's just miscues on that situation. Um, Derrick Henry, that one fumble just popped into his hands. The other fumble was a miscue on a snap play that they're trying to do a direct snap to Henry to, then sweep out to the outside. I, I just feel like we already have enough issues. We're already playing with enough backups to be trying to add trickery things in like that. It's already overcomplicating situations that aren't looking good for us right now. I'm just we kept shooting ourselves in the foot this game, and we handed it like the Jags went out there and earned it, but we also didn't help in any situation. Like we was putting them in situations to benefit themselves while we kept putting ourselves in situations that was not beneficial to us at all.
Yeah. They scored 20
Hey,
points off of
hey,
turnovers. We lost the game. What was he saying, Trey?
so like last week, a Jag fan did say like if the game is close, that the Titans will win. But but then again, the man said if it's like a shootout, that they will win, and that's what's crazy.
Yeah. They're definitely much better equipped for a game like that. But that's what I was saying. They scored 20 points off of turnovers. And my thing is, we lost by what, 14? And my thing is, we
Yep.
gotta quit turning the ball over. You don't turn the ball over, I feel like we win it. We beat the Jaguars. You go back and look at that game. We turned the ball over twice in their territory. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
that could have been 2 TDs right there. And the Jaguars was not stopping us. Like it
And
was
one on a
literally
2-minute drive too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not like we were
Yep,
going
yep,
3 and out.
Correct.
yep.
Like that's those situations. Those are those things that got to get fixed. And some of the times, like we see players out there, and I thought with the John Robinson fire, we was gonna see players come out there more fired up because they need to prove it. Like either prove it to prove why you need to stick around Tennessee, or put something good on film so you go to another team next year because the guy that just brought you in is gone. But it seems like there's a lot of people checked out on that Titans team. Like the seasons is over or something. Like
Same. I'm getting them same vibes, bro. I feel like the
Yeah, yeah.
season already over with. I'm not even gonna lie. I
yeah.
feel like it's over with. I'm getting those same
Uh,
vibes, bro. Like early. I don't know why. Cause I mean, it's great, but man, I feel like the whole energy is just off, man.
yeah, it just don't feel like the same Titans team as last year when we was ready to get the #1 seed. And you know what I'm saying, to prove to the AFC that we here. You know what I'm saying? This ain't the same team at all. Got the same energy. Something's going on behind the scenes that we're not knowing.
But
And we
Honestly, go ahead, let's talk.
yeah, it's like, but you think about those, some of those, like we talk about everything we've been through as a team that and culture and how this culture has changed here as a team, but how many of those players are still around to help change the culture? Like how many of
Yeah,
those players are still around that fought through that adversity for us? So now we got some adversity to fight through. Um, we're not doing so well. Everybody keeps bringing up the Mike Vrabel a quote where he was saying that if not in the good times is where you figure it out. It's how you handle the bad times. You figure out who they are, and then people's kind of making a mockery of it right now. Like, oh, well, see, you're not looking too good. I think that's kind of what his hint was to show. Like, it looks good right now because we're winning. But wait till
yeah,
we actually hit a road of adversity. This team is not built to be able to break that. Like John didn't set us up in a way to have a team that was really truly built to go through adversity. Like we fight and grit through adversity, but man, we're constantly playing with the most players than every team each year. Like we're
yeah,
constantly
that's
dealing
not
with this industry
sustainable.
train.
It's not sustainable, and it's starting to
No,
show. And
yeah,
we already got our first hater in the building. You know what I'm saying? Chris Bolt, Speedman Jackson. You know what I'm saying? I was talking about, so y'all lost to the Jags at home. Dang, can't relate. You know, we can't relate. Not making the playoffs. That's what we can't relate. You know what I'm saying? That's what we
I
can't
feel like,
relate to.
and then I feel like I ain't. I'm not trying to like bring it up, but I feel like everything started in like the off season. Uh, once he traded, you guys know what I'm gonna say, but you feel me? After that, after that trade happened, I felt like, man, like, are you really trying to win? Yeah, yeah, like point change. Yeah, that man, like that man already got 1,000 yards. Already, I feel like after you traded him, it's like, are you trying to, are you trying to win? Like, are you sending a message for me
yeah.
or to
It
your
seemed
team?
like
But
Yeah, it seemed like he sent the message, right? And it wasn't, I don't think he was trying to send that
right,
message, but it's what he sent. And it showed that no matter
exactly.
how good you are, no matter what you do, you are
I don't
replaceable
care. I
here.
don't care.
Yes.
Exactly.
Man, he said the wrong message. That's what he said.
Yeah.
To me, he said, like, we just don't want to win.
Because, like, he did that
Exactly.
AJ Brown trade. We now know with the reports that Amy gave him clearance to pay this man anywhere from 22 million to 29 million. And he didn't even offer him that. Didn't even offer him that amount of money. Offered him 20 million at tops. And then when he didn't take
Unbelievable.
that, he traded him.
Unbelievable he didn't pay him that money. It's unbelievable. It's
Unbelievable, bro.
crazy. He's the best wide receiver we've
Crazy.
ever
It's
seen.
crazy.
You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
and
we're
then
the best wide
It's
receiver we've
crazy.
ever had, and he decided, oh yeah, we
I
gonna
don't.
fly another AJ Brown. Like no, they don't grow in the draft, dude. Like there's not a
no,
wide receiver
Nah,
that's
they
that
don't grow on
strong.
trees.
Yeah,
no.
there's not. He's one of the most physically gifted wide receivers in the league, and they're showing it to you. And you know, and on the Eagles, man, he's looking like a top 5 wide receiver right now.
Yeah,
He's definitely
yeah,
top
and
five this year.
yeah,
Yeah.
and they wanted that Jeffrey Simmons deal done before this offseason. Gave him the clearance to pay him. They said that they could make cap room to pay him, and then he set him down and told him he couldn't pay him. When Shannon and Amy both already told him, hey, we got the money. We can work the cap around to get the money to pay Simmons. And he goes in there and tries to lowball him. So why are you trying to lowball with the owner's money when they're giving you clearance to pay these people and you're letting them go? Because Jeffrey Simmons is only going to be more expensive this next year.
It's
It's
crazy.
dumb that
It's
you haven't
crazy.
paid. We should have paid him before the season started. I don't understand it.
It's crazy though because like feel me, like that man gave Tannehill all that money, and LeWan all that money, but you don't even want to feel me like pay these guys.
Yeah, pay the real
I know the hearing
superstar.
got paid. I mean, of course, of course, of course, yeah, of course you had to pay him, but like you got to take care of the other guys, man. Like if you really want to win, because there's no reason why our team it should be like on that on that on that top level, on that tier 1 level. There's no excuse why. Like you got the hair. There's no reason why you ain't surrounded him with other pieces that's gonna make the team like compete on any level. I don't get it, man.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And I just look at it like this though, like we gotta do something in this offseason that get us more talent. And because we're just not a talented football team. Remember, I told y'all like probably 2 weeks ago, I'm like, dude, the Jaguars right now are more talented than us. And that shouldn't happen. The Jaguars are more talented. The Indianapolis Colts to me are a more talented football team. Are they playing better than us? No. But are they more talented? When you look at that roster, you can sit there and say that roster is better than ours. Yeah, if you look at all the top teams in the AFC, the Ravens, the Chiefs, the Bills, the Bengals, you know what I'm saying? You just go down the list. I feel like Pittsburgh is more talented than us. Hey, the Steelers, it's not sustainable. You can't do this stuff. We don't have the big names that
It's not.
What
It's
you
not because like I was saying, yeah, like you're not lying because like it's like how you be saying like how you be playing Madden, you can't use the title like that. Like other team use like the Bills and all them. It's really true, man. But
I can't lie. Like my cousin used to tell me, he used to be like that. He was like, dude, if you play Madden tell you about your team. And I was like, nah, man, it's a video game, this, that, and the other. Then I really looked at Madden. They're not lying on Madden, bro. They really do their analysis, bro. The Titans are the talented football team. They just got a great coach and a great running back. You know,
we ain't got no offensive line on Madden in real life. It's crazy.
No.
Yeah. And like speaking of that, like we've talked about the subject quite a bit. Like me and RJ kind of talked about this a little bit before we came onto the show too. Is that Lawan's been out and hurt these past couple of years also, but let's not forget what he's done beforehand. Like he was a beast out there on that field. He would fight. He would get in people's faces. He was a leader. He did all those great things. And yeah, these past couple of years he's been hurt. And I'm kind of with everybody. Like for a while it's like we need to get Lawan out, but let's think about that. Who we gonna bring in? Who we gonna replace him with?
Yeah, they're gonna have to do something in the draft, man. They can find somebody better than Dennis Daly.
Right, correct. And
I don't understand how the dude playing, man. I don't get it.
And we talk about like how high Taylor Lewan is being paid, right? Would you say Taylor Lewan's top 10 in the NFL right now for left tackle? Would you say he's in top 10? Would you say he's in top 15?
Yeah, I'll give him that.
So his salary is only 12th on the list. He's the 12th paid highest left tackle in the NFL.
So you saying that we should keep him?
He says on that podcast he'll be willing to take a pay cut if it makes sense. And he says he wouldn't come back to this team if he knows that he could not return to the format that he knows that he's capable of playing with, that he would walk away and retire if he didn't feel like he could come back and be on the field where he knows he's capable of being. He said he'd be willing to take a pay cut. He seems to be very honest of what this team needs and what's really broke. And we do need a left tackle and who we're going to bring in. It ain't like left tackles are just out there. It ain't like a left tackle's coming in free agency. It ain't like anybody's really coming good up in the draft that's going to be able to step in and take the place. Like we're hurt in that position. So do we draft somebody and keep Lawan for one more year? Because we only got one more year on his contract. Give him one more year, a victory year to try to redeem himself in Titans and then let him go out because he talks about retirement quite a lot. But I feel like he wants to be redeemed himself and not be known as the guy that went out on injury.
Man, with me with Taylor Lewan, like I don't know if he can stay healthy in a 17-game season. But I mean, if he wants to take that pay cut and we can't find no left tackle, I'll definitely take Taylor Lewan. I'll take a 70% Taylor Lewan right now with Dennis Daly any day. I'm telling you, man. The reason, and we go back down here to Chris Bowman's, Chris Bo Jackson, the comment. He basically saying the Titans didn't look anywhere effective as they did in previous years. And you want to know why? Because our offensive line is freaking garbage, dude. Like we can't block anybody. You know, like, every team we play, it's either if we get one lucky hole, Derrick Henry turns it into a big game. And it's like his yards are looking better because he runs 100 yards off 30 carries. Like that's not good. You know, that's not good. Our offensive line just isn't good, man. Like we can't run the ball every play like we did.
Yeah, and we let Saffold go. Roger Saffold left. We couldn't pay him, and then like I said, Lewan's out again, and like so, there's that whole left side of the line down, gone. And watching that Jags game every time, like even big plays where Henry broke off, like Daly is just he's getting whooped. There's a play I think Henry broke off and ran for 45 yards. But Daly breaks off of the offensive line to go hit a linebacker, and the linebacker pushes Daly back. Like you are O-line, and you just got whooped by a linebacker who was standing up flat-footed, and you just got whooped by him when you had the momentum. Like there was no hit, and like watching Brewer there, he's just too tiny. They are just getting worked over there so bad. Every single play they are getting worked. And there was even one they did a chip block with Chig, and then so they could help Daly out, and Daly still missed the damn he still missed the damn block.
Yep, that's still fumble. Yeah.
And that's like, a difference. Derrick Henry as a running back, he has to have a decent offensive line because the defense is going to be aggressive to try to stop him.
On him.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we got to be able to let him get to that second tier and then let him make moves. But
man, he can't get nothing happening. What up, Cody? Tell Trevor to it. Yeah, boy, y'all bust our ass. Hey, man, y'all woke us up, though. We going to see y'all in Duval. We going to see y'all in Duval, man. Y'all woke us up.
He said he get another touchdown.
Let me get that.
That's a good one, bro.
Hey, man, well, definitely, man. I think the biggest news that we're going to get this week is hopefully Danico Autry can play in this game because without Danico Autry, our D-line is trash.
Bro, I'm gonna be real though. I don't think he gonna play, bro.
You don't think so?
Nah,
we're gonna need him this week. We need him.
Where Weaver at?
I don't know. Yeah, well, I'm telling you, man.
He was in that last game.
With Danico, see, that's the thing though. With Danico Autry comes back, and he can move the quarterback out the spot. These other Bud Dupree and Rashad Weaver are gonna eat. You get what I'm saying? Like they not eating because they're not moving the quarterback out the spot in the middle of the pass rush. They triple team and they double team and the Big Chef, he can't eat every play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Facts.
Danico Autry is the one that always get a sack that starts the, you know what I'm saying, the avalanche.
My bad, I'm trying to get that fixed.
So I'm kind of like I feel like our team got it. I think hello, are we on a 3-game losing streak?
Yeah, right now.
And this has been like a 3-game losing streak. Like this ain't happening in like a long time, bro. I'm kind of like, man, like hey, we got to win on Sunday though. That's for sure.
Yeah, I feel like we lose on Sunday. I think I'm already looking at Jalen Holly highlights, man. It's about that time, bro. Put Malik in and go ahead, let the Jags win.
I'm kind of like, I'm almost like, I'm not checked out, but like it's so, like it's just so like stressful, bro. Like just
I've been checked out, dude. I've been checked out the Titans, man. I mean, if they win on Sunday, I'll probably be back invested again. Like, I'm so checked out that I didn't even watch the Mike Vrabel show. Usually, I watch that junk every week, bro. I was like, man, I just don't even want to think about the Titans right now. Like, every time they done broke my heart 3 weeks in a row. And it's like, man, I'm like, it's not like it'd be different if we're losing at the last second, but we are getting blown out, bro. Like, we getting blown out. Like, how are we getting blown out by Jaguars, bro? The Jags.
Yeah. It just showed it. Like I said, like there was a couple things on defense that we were doing good. There's a couple of scores that they made, and our defense was on there. Like that one to Evan Ingram in the corner. I believe it was Adams. Adams was all over him, hand on the ball, right there on him, like white on rice. Like there, you couldn't have been no better on defense, right? And
Who
then the
dropped the
one with,
pick though?
and then McCary over there just jumped a footstep too early, didn't get his timing down, fingertipped it, and Zay, who's been dropping balls the past 3 games, makes a toe tap right there at the end where there's
Nah,
no room left of the end zone.
nah. I wouldn't say bad timing. I just say how like all the scouts said about him. That what they said about him. He got
Yeah, he
a
got
short arm.
small arm.
He
He
got
ain't got
short
no
arm. I
lift.
mean, that's the only thing. I mean, he was like an inch or two away.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was an inch or two away. But I mean, our
We
secondary. I think also, man, we gotta get another safety too, man. 'Cause like they pay Amani Hooker, which I don't know why that dude stay hurt. Like he stay hurt. He
mhm.
stay hurt.
But we paid that dude before Simmons somehow. I
Yes,
don't know.
like we paid
He
him
paid him
before
before Simmons.
Simmons.
Yeah.
Paying him before AJ. Like why? We could have easily got another him.
Mhm.
That
Yeah,
man.
I don't know. That's John Robinson right there, man. I'm telling you, dude. Like he was doing
That man
some
don't
weird stuff.
start. I mean, he cool, but he ain't gonna make a much different as like Simmons will or like AJ Brown will. So you feel me?
Yeah. I
I
feel
don't
like we
know,
need to
man.
go get a veteran DB, like a veteran corner. Like we got Byard back there as a safety, but
A
like
corner,
we
yeah.
we need we need a leader for the cornerbacks because there's too many young guys on the field that don't know what they're doing, and there ain't a guy like Kevin can only do so much. There ain't a guy that can get there on the DBs like, hey guys, just focus, do your job, do this and that, channel them back down when moments are getting too big for them because our DBs are young.
So what was the deal with the Titan fan booing at halftime? Derrick Henry had 100 in the first half. That didn't make any sense to me. I was at the game, man. I by the time Henry fumbled it was picked up. I can't remember who picked it up for y'all, but I was already getting I was getting a cheeseburger and fries, man. And I looked up and I heard all the boos and stuff. It just, dude, like we just looked terrible all around, man. Like it just wasn't. We didn't play a good half. We turned it over 3 times in the first half. Then we lost the lead going into halftime. Like that, y'all. That was just one of the worst performances I've seen from the Titans, man. And if on top of this, probably the best performance you've seen from the Jags. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it was just I think it was just the fact that like Derrick Henry had 100 yards, but what did everybody else do? And like Derrick got that like quickly, but then everything else started to fizzle. Like you started to see that the team came out there for a quarter and a half maybe and played some decent football and then like almost seemed to check out. Like you could tell that this wasn't the team we've seen and they aren't playing up to the expectations. Like we don't forget where we came from, those 1 and 2 seasons, 1-win season, 2-win seasons, but we've also gotten to this point where we're making it to the playoffs every year. We're making it to AFC South champions, but that's not enough. And playing like this is not going to get us to that next level that we're expecting to be. So I just think it was the fact that just we're tired of seeing this consistent type of play that shows up that's just below expectations of what it should be. And we should have came out and manhandled this game and bullied this game, and you wasn't doing that. We could see that we was giving Jaguars life.
Yeah.
And when you give a
Let's
team
see how they
like
look against the Cowboys because the Cowboys ain't playing like us. Now Cowboys ain't gonna play.
Hold on, I don't know though because the Texans were hanging around.
That is true.
You just never know with the NFL, man. That's why I'm saying, like, if we catch a rhythm, like if we get going in the playoffs, everybody's 0-0. It don't matter.
Yeah. I mean, if we get hot and we beat the Chargers it starts with the Chargers. And if we somehow beat the Chargers, man, that could momentum us. We'll get Traylon Burks back. I don't know who. I think we only get one more person back from IR, so I think we probably get David Long back for the playoff. Yeah, so you don't know what's gonna happen, man.
I don't think we're getting Traylon back this one because he still says not participant in practice on concussion protocol.
Not this one. I'm talking about who we got next.
Who we got next? We got the Texans, right? No.
Is it the Cowboys?
I
Who we
think
got
it's
next?
Cowboys. That's what I
I think
think.
we got
No,
the
it's
Cowboys.
Texans. It's Texans and then
It's
Cowboys.
Texans, then Cowboys, and then Jags again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, and I just man, I just watching the film over and over again from the last game. That left side of that offense is just getting whooped. That left side of that offensive line is just getting whooped continuously, play after play after play, and you see them sitting there adding double teams. They're trying to help. They're doing chip blocks, and it's still being missed. It's that left side's bad, and a lot of playoff teams got some good pass rushers and some good run stoppers, and they're going to be able to eat through that line. So I don't know what we can do, but there got to be somebody up better out there than Daly right now that's on a practice squad, waiver wire somewhere, because that dude just don't have no power to him. Like he's getting pushed and ran over like he's flat footed, but he's not.
No dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cody Cole Gamer says that I don't feel confident with the score as a Jazz fan until late third quarter. I told my friends that I'm in a group chat with a couple Jag friends, and I basically told them I'm like, dude, like y'all finna win this game. Like we got 3 turnovers in the first half, dude. Like that I already see now. This ain't Titans can't do stuff like that. They don't have a lead enough pass game to throw their way out of this. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
He said James Robinson had himself a game against the Chargers. I think Henry can run all over them. They have a historically bad run defense. So
but I mean, like, and this is what we told the Jag people last week too. It's like, yes, Henry could if we could block, if we could get him running lanes, if this offensive line could act like they know how to manhandle somebody and do their jobs and get up on somebody and block and stay in front of their man. Derrick Henry could, but there's so many times people are coming around the edges or coming around the corners or filling holes that we should be able to create, and we're not creating. This offensive line is getting looking worse and worse every week, man, and that's so unreal.
I just look at it like this though. If our D line plays up the par, I think we can beat the Chargers. But at the same time, man, I don't think our cornerbacks can match up with the Chargers. I just don't see it. Unless we're getting Christian Fulton back this week, we're gonna get cooked. You know, our corners just not gonna be able to stop what they're doing. I mean, I watched them play. I watched them play Miami. I'm talking about they tore Miami up. Like Justin Herbert looked phenomenal, and I'm like, man, we're gonna have to. I'm like, Lord have mercy. Here come another elite quarterback that we're gonna have to play against. That's gonna light us up.
Yeah, Fulton don't look like he's coming back either. He's not participated all week.
Golly,
man, this injury report is
long.
Yeah. So CJ Board, wide receiver, ribs, not participant. Traylon Burke, concussion, did not participant. Christian Fulton, growing, did not participant. Hillard, neck, did not participate. Robert Woods, illness, but he was a full participant today. Autry, limited participant all week. Avery, full participant. Nate Davis did not participate. Derrick Henry, not injury related, but did not participate. Amani Hooker did not participate with knee. Ben Jones, limited. Jeffrey Simmons didn't participate. Ryan Tannehill was full, and Hassan Haskin was a full participant. So, that's injury list. Like we're constantly fighting injury. That's the main topic that we always have to constantly come up. Is it the next man up mentality has been unreal for us here at the Titans. Like I know every team preaches that next man up, but we played with over 80 something players last year, and we're on pace to even use more this year because of injury. Like we got to get that figured out. It can't be happening like that.
No, I think he froze out. Yeah, the Tennessee Titans, man, they're an injured football team. It's simple as that. Like, I've never seen injuries like this. I don't know if it's a strength and conditioning coach. I don't know if it's J-Rob just getting a bunch of injury-prone players. I don't know what it is. Like, the Titans need to fix this. And this is a problem. It's becoming a problem. We didn't think it was going to happen 2 years in a row. I thought last year was just going to be a fluke at that. But now it's seeming like it's going to be an ongoing thing. I don't know if we've just been playing too physical. I don't know what it is. But even A.J. Brown was getting hurt when he was here. But now on the Eagles, he's like the most healthier wide receiver ever. I don't get it. They got to fix this.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, they gotta fix this. I don't know what's going on with it.
I'm just trying to look forward. I'm trying to like with this Jags like lining us up and seeing how the defense is banged up and hurt. Like we said, there's only 4 to 5 people on this defense that's starting right now that was starting at the beginning of the year. Everybody else is injured. And even Jeffrey's out there, but Jeffrey's still hurt. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm,
our defense is hurt. Our offensive line ain't producing. Our wide receivers are not up to par. When Traylon's on the field, it's that our offense looks better, but seems like we get him for a game or two, and then he's back to being injured.
yeah, I just don't. I don't get it. I don't know. Is it? Maybe it's the field that we play on. Maybe we just play on a injury prone field. I don't get it. I don't
I
get it
don't.
at all.
No, not at all. But I see a lot of changes coming up. I feel like the mood has changed in there, and I thought it was going to change different when John got fired, and I was thought maybe get a little spark. But it seems like a lot of people is just deflated and just done. And you can already see like Vrabel's already letting some people go. They're already putting some more people on practice squad, bringing some people up on. So I mean, we got to start getting ready because we're getting closer to playoffs, and we're putting up less um less par performances as the week goes on, as we start getting closer to playoffs, and we need to start getting better, and no pun intended, but we need to be tightening up our football right now and polishing up things, not still trying to figure things out at this point in the season.
Yeah, I did. We need our D line because we see without our D line getting to the quarterback, we see what our defense is. It isn't very good. At least pass defense wise, it's not very good.
Get Autry back, get Landry back next year, but we get Autry back this year. That'll make a huge difference right there just off of bat. Like we get our
Yeah, we
sack
definitely
leader
need
back.
Landry back.
Yeah.
We need Landry back.
Yes.
Bad. We need our pass rushers. Yeah. Without us getting to the quarterback and sacking them, man, we just can't. You can't. We asking too much out of a cornerback to guard somebody for 6 seconds. It's not going to happen.
Yeah. Because I mean, what the average a wide receiver is actually covered in the NFL is what, like 2 to 3 seconds. Once you start getting 4 to 6 seconds, people are going to start getting open. You just can't mirror people that long. You can't keep up with them that long. So if we ain't got no pass rush that can get there to 2 to 3 seconds, man, teams are going to be able to pass on us all day long.
Yeah, they're gonna pick you apart.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I mean, Trevor Lawrence just showed that last week. We gave him time after time. No sacks that whole game. We just gave him time, cushion back there to throw, and he lit us up. He went out there and had a great performance. When we can't get pressure there, and I mean, there's talented QBs in this league. They're going to throw all over us.
Yeah,
But
it's gonna be a long ride, man. I would say these next 4 games are gonna tell us about this team. I'm telling you now, man. I've been mentally checked out with the Titans, man. I can't even be happy about them. There's nothing that I can really be happy about outside of Chig Okonkwo. It's crazy. A rookie tight end. That's the only thing that I can be happy about. A rookie tight end, and that ain't it. But now, I mean, we need to learn how to build a Super Bowl roster. Like I said, if you turn on Thursday Night Football and you want to see what a Super Bowl roster look like, man, look at them San Francisco 49ers, man. I'm telling you, dude. Like
that's it, bro. That you took that right out from like I was
we need to hire
watching.
somebody from there.
I was watching that today, like, and it dawned on me, like, the past couple weeks, no matter what their quarterback situation is in San Francisco, they believe they can win and they can still make it go because they don't need a quarterback that can do everything. They just need a quarterback that won't mess things up. And I'm like, that's exactly what we have here at Titans. They just ain't built the talent around Tannehill to do that. We don't need Tannehill to do all this extra stuff. If they would just put the talent around him like 49ers have talent all everywhere, we could be built better. There's a proof at this NFL league right now. You don't have to have a superstar quarterback to win. It helps, but if you build a talented roster and have a good coaching staff, you can still be a threat in this league.
Yeah, we most definitely have the coaching staff. We just got to Like if I was Miss Amy, I'll go look at San Francisco, Philadelphia, or even Dallas, and try to get somebody from there because the way their teams are built, that's how you build a Super Bowl roster, man. You have
Yes.
talent on both sides of the ball. You can do everything. You can pass. You can run. You know, each team that you play is going to bring a different challenge. You got to be able to be a different team every week. And for us, all we're going to do is run the ball every play. Every team we play, we're going to run the ball.
Yeah. So I'm hoping Traylon can get back soon. Here, maybe in these next couple weeks, maybe that'll make a difference for us and show a lot of difference, or be a playmaker for us because he's definitely a playmaker. When he's on the field, man, it's a different offense and it shows. But we do week in and week out. We come here and we talk about this and that, and then like players get hurt, we're not showing up or we're not performing. Like Bud Dupree, I get tired. I sat there and like every time I was watching tape over again, I'd watch a different part of the football field. So I was sitting there watching O line, and I sit here watch D line, and I couldn't even get through the whole take. And I'm like, I'm tired of watching Bud Dupree just sit there and kind of dance with the O lineman all damn game. That's all he sits there and does. He makes one move, it doesn't work, and he dances. If the play don't come to him after that, he just dances. And yeah, he made a highlight play, got a couple of hits and stuff, but watching him consistently, he's not out there hungry, putting in the effort. And it's tiresome watching him play after play, knowing what he's getting made to be basically a Harold Landry for us, and he's not even putting in effort.
Yeah. They said with the injuries needed to change the name to the Metro General Titans. It need to be the hospital Titans, man. That's all our freaking players stay in is in the freaking hospital. Locker room Titans.
It seems like we got a bunch of players with their bones made of glass or something. Like I don't know what we're doing, but we got to figure that out. There's way too many injuries. Way too many injuries.
Now I just never seen a team so injured in my life. It's unbelievable. Year after year, like it's the past 2 years, man. I don't know what it is. Like how, bro? I understood it happened last year. Maybe that was just a once in a lifetime injury type team, and we came back and we did the exact same thing. Like it's unbelievable. Yep. We're close to breaking the record that we had last year with injuries.
Yep. Yeah. So that's what constantly makes sense. Like we don't know who's going to be in week and week out. We're not getting no consistency. So I look at this Chargers game and I want to say like I feel confident going into this week, but I don't. I see their D line being able to eat up our offense. Like I see so many like even like not looking too forward, but even Cowboys, man. The Cowboys got to be looking at our offensive line like, oh, we about to have a field day. That defense got to be looking at us like excited as hell to come against our offensive line that day.
You talking about the Cowboys?
Yes, but even the Chargers, they got a good pass rush. They got a good defense. Like I haven't seen their exact injury report just yet.
They don't have Joey Bosa. I think he on IR. So I mean, we ain't got to deal with that dude,
Yeah. So, but man, I mean, it's just scary trying to look at some of these teams and see what the offensive line is doing. Like we can't sustain that. We got Derrick Henry to go run a little bit in that first quarter and a half, but after that it was nothing for the rest of the game, and this ain't sustainable. What we keep saying, it's not sustainable.
It's not, and we should have said they should have known that last year. We were so happy to be the number 1 seed that we didn't see the real problem that's going on with our team. If you in here, you watching this, you know what I'm saying, make sure y'all comment. You know what I'm saying, we pulling up all comments, replying to everything. So. Yes, what you thinking about this game against the Chargers? So you think how many yards you think Justin Herbert gonna throw for on our defense?
At least 300, man. The way he is and talented, like I think he finally getting all his wide receivers back for the first time in a while. So he loves his tight end too. And look what Evan Ingram just did to us. And I just see Justin Herbert doing the same exact thing to us if we can't get that under control, especially if we can't get a pass rush. If we can't get a pass rush in there, Herbert's way better than Trevor Lawrence.
He gonna light us up, man. Hey, what's good, Tyrell, man? We see you, man. Hey, like sir, likes, comment and subscribe, baby. You already know.
So I don't even know how for us to, like, I've been trying to think of a game plan. Like, how do we approach this? It's like, I don't know. I don't know what we're actually going to do. This team is falling apart quickly at the wrong time.
Yeah, we supposed to be doing this at the beginning of the season, you know. Hey, the stuff we're doing, you supposed to get blown out you ain't supposed to be getting blown out to when you on your way to the playoffs.
No,
Unbelievable.
no, and definitely not to the Jags like that. Like, so hopefully, I don't know. Like, you know me, I'm big into reading into the messages and everything. Um, what's good?
Yes, sir. What up on Morocco? Hey, you already know, man. Hey, Dennis Daly and the Downing, bro. They gotta go, bro.
Yeah,
They gotta go,
they
bro. I don't understand it. Just trash. Terrible.
yeah.
Sir. Keep the comments rolling, baby. We gonna show them all. Keep the comments rolling. But yeah, like I said, I don't know. I just don't see our defense having a good day against this Chargers offense, man. It's trash, dude. I mean, the defense, like they've been playing like garbage, man. Like we couldn't really stop Trevor Lawrence. We couldn't really stop Jalen Hurts, and we couldn't stop who we played before that. We played the Bengals. I mean, even Joe Burrow was throwing all over us. Like
That's what it's like. It's like we have a bunch of teams coming up where we're getting practice on these things. It ain't like we're getting like these good passing teams once in a while. Like, oh, okay, we're getting one good passing team, then we're getting some bad passing teams, and no, we're getting back to back good passing teams.
yeah,
So
this
we
is
should
this is
be able to
normal.
make corrections and change. Like, okay, see what they did. We got another one coming. Like, okay, let's learn from our mistakes that we just previously made. But it don't seem like they're learning from them. It seems like they're just making more. And I don't know. I want to see that defense make a change, even though we got a lot of people that's having to step up in positions that's injured. They got to step up. Like Samantha.
Now, yeah, what up, Samantha? Hey, y'all busted our ass. I can't even. Y'all busted our ass. Y'all busted our ass. I felt bad, man. I was at that game too. I was at that game. I couldn't. I was like, I don't even want to hop on their podcast. They gonna let me have it.
Yes. Yeah, no, man. That watching Daily back on film, man, is bad. I was even we were watching, but I was watching Busting with the Boys earlier with Taylor Lewan, and they were talking about Daly, and Lewan tried to be like, I don't think he's a bad player, but he's definitely not putting on his best tape right now, and I don't think he's a good player.
They said, man, I woke up this morning, and the first thing I saw was Wes talking about Daly. I almost went to bed. Hey, have you know who Wes Wellesley is? Firestone.
Yes.
I mean, that's a true Titan fan, bro. Like,
Yes.
I thought I loved the Titan boy. He loved them boys, man.
He
But
be
like, man,
having
when he was talking about Daly, man, and I remember I was telling Wes though before the season, I said, bro, in the first round we need to go get us a lineman because our line is trash, dude. Like I'm trying to tell you, we need a line. They were like, nah, we need a wide receiver, and now he complained about the offensive line. I was like, man, I told you, should have got a lineman in the first round.
yeah, man, but we constantly doing that, but we got to get an old lineman and keep him around. That's why I'm ready to see what we're going to do with the GM. Like I feel like we're talking more about the off season than we're talking about the regular season at this point because the off season has more light than the off season does. Like I was really a couple weeks ago hopeful and set on like this Titans could win a playoff game, and the more they keep showing week in and week out, I'm like, I don't think we can. Not with this team. I don't think we can win a playoff game.
I don't think we win the playoff game, man. The players, man, look at the teams we're going to have to play, bro. The AFC is so stacked, bro. Like it's just not like we're not gonna. Everybody know we're gonna run the ball. Like it's simple as that. Like if you stop the run game, you beat the Titans. And when we play these good teams that can do everything, they're gonna stop us from running.
Yep. Yeah. And especially when they know that right side of that line is trash, they just put their best people over through there, penetrate, get Henry's leg before he's able to make it to that second tier, and you got him.
Yeah. He said y'all lost to the Jags. Said how lame. He said love a Jags fan.
Y'all finally got something to talk about. I know y'all excited. Y'all's had a dim year. I know y'all's excited right now.
I'm glad Jacksonville competing, man. I got tired of seeing y'all 2-14 and 1-15 every year, man. Like the Jacksonville and Titans will always be a rivalry, man. Cause y'all keep following us to every division that we go to, so we're gonna be in playoff 2 times a year. Come to Jacksonville, I'll give you a ticket. I want to see you cry in person. Man, I didn't even cry when y'all busted us in the Nashville. I woke up this morning knowing that we're gonna lose. I knew we were gonna lose. Like I was just like, man, it was a gloomy day outside. It was cold, and I was like, the Titans don't ever play good in gloomy and cold. I've yet to see them play a good game in gloomy and cold. And of course, they went right out there and got blown out.
Yeah.
Listen, Lawan know he sucks. He said he just can't say it right now.
Man, I say go check out that Busted with the Boys podcast with Delaney Walker. And I know it's like 2 hours long, but man, him and Delaney talk about some stuff, and man, them talking on that podcast when they talk about Titans, Lawan has some of the same takes on this team as we say here on this damn podcast. I think Lawan is actually more realistic and understanding of what this team is and what this team is needing. And he feels like he's going to get cut. He feels like he's going to get cut at the end of this year. But he says that he'll be willing to take a pay cut if it made sense. And we don't have a left tackle. And I don't know where the hell we're going to get one that's better than Lawan.
Going to Titans, and they better have a backup option for when he get hurt.
Exactly. We still go draft somebody in that draft, like we think that the draft is the insurance clause, but really it's Lawan. Lawan's the insurance clause that we're going to hope he plays at least a year. If not, then hey, young man, it's time to step up earlier than we thought. But we definitely got to go draft one. And even he says in this podcast, he's like, they better go draft a left tackle. They better.
Like I said, I already know, man. My thing is with Lawan is can he stay? Can he make it through this season? And I know if we gonna need him in the playoffs, I don't want to be back in this situation again where we're paying Lawan all this money and he not playing. You know, he done got hurt for the season.
Yeah. Well, his contract was front loaded, so most of his money's already been paid. So the back end of his contract is actually the lower end of his money.
It's easier to not cry amongst family. See, the one thing y'all want to happen is for us to come up to Duval and beat y'all, then y'all make the playoffs, and then y'all gonna be hearing me troll all your fans. That's the last thing I want. I'm gonna make you know how my troll game is. I'll make y'all hate us. Like, do you think you bring it back and what? He might be talking about Taylor Warren. I don't know.
I don't.
I have no clue. He wants to bring Firestone want to bring him back. I'm like, man, I just know he ain't gonna stay healthy. That's me.
That's my biggest question mark with it. Like if he's healthy and he can come back, like it's situational. I'm not gonna be mad if we let him go, but we need somebody. If we let Lawan go, we better go draft somebody. We better find somebody as a replacement for that position right now because Daly ain't it. And Daly's not going to be it. So I'm trying to figure out what's the best situation for the team for this next year. Lawan ain't going to be more than a year. I think he's ready to retire. I think he don't want to retire as the player who got out with 2 injuries. I think he wants to make one more stance, show the league, show everybody that he can still play at a top level, and then go out. I think he wants to end his career here as the Titans. But health is a big issue, and he can't guarantee that. Nobody can because we don't know what's going to happen throughout the year. So I want to because I want him to have the opportunity, but we got to have somebody. Somebody got to play in all year.
Knowing the Tennessee Titans, they're going to let go of Taylor Lawan, and he's going to go to another team and stay healthy all season. All season, he's going to stay healthy.
Yeah. Yeah, and he said he couldn't see himself really in another uniform other than Titans. And he also said in that podcast, like when he got injured at the beginning of the year, he walked into J. Rob's office and was like, "Hey man, I appreciate everything you done. No hard feelings. I know what's going to come, but I appreciate you and everything." And John was like, we'll just, we'll see when time comes. But like he seems to be realistic that he feels like he's going to get cut after this year. He's like, why would you pay me 16, 14 million when I haven't been on the year, or I've been hurt for 2 of the past 3 years.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, y'all put it in the chat, man. You think we need to keep Lawan, or y'all do you think we need to let him go? Y'all let us know. Put the yeses and nos into the chat.
Because we definitely, if he stays, he's definitely got to take a cut. We can't pay him that, but he's also not making a lot of money either. Like I said, he's the 12th highest paid left tackle.
Now, he need to get paid the number 20 left tackle money. He said I'm better than Daly, and I'm only weigh 155 pounds.
That's what That's what I said earlier, right? There was that he went to the second tier and tried to go block a linebacker, and the linebacker almost put him on his ass, and he was flat-footed standing up, like had no momentum. Like
I don't understand. Where? So you telling me Dylan Radis can't play left tackle? You can't. You telling me Raven Clark can't play left tackle? Dennis Daly, bro. That's the best we got, bro. Dennis Daly. I want to go to a Titan practice, man, and watch the other left tackles and tell me that they ain't better than Dennis Daly. Now, Dennis Daly is trash. Like everybody's literally coming after him. Even we made the Jaguars first round pick look good, and he ain't did nothing all season. He ain't did nothing. We let him have a breakout game.
Facts. Yeah, because like we gotta go left tackle, we gotta go right tackle, and we gotta get this left guard situation fixed. Like we got so many holes to fill, but I believe like this next season coming up, I believe Downing's going to be gone. I believe we're going to fire Downing. We're going to make some more changes on the coaching staff. I believe. I don't know who we're going to put in as that GM, but I see a lot of players this year gone. And I mean, a lot of players going to be gone, and there's going to be almost look like the Titans are rebuilding, but it's not. It's just going to be a restructure of a team that needs to actually have some fight in them.
Let LaJuan go. Y'all basically paying him to host a podcast at this point. Man, I'm telling you, we helped that man digital career. I see him more on the podcast than I do as a Tennessee Titan. It's sad, right? He cheering for Michigan. He watching Michigan games. He ain't watching no tape. But he did say he watched tape with Dennis Daly, and he's trying to help him out. But man, he don't look like he getting any better. How you get worse?
It's just it don't look like it's clicking to him, and he's slow.
Man, it don't matter who's blocking the tie down and calling plays. Man, I ain't gonna lie. Like I feel like the line is holding back tied down, and that's saying something. That line is that bad. Like it's hard for him to call plays when he gets sacked as soon as the blade start. Like that ain't his fault, you know. Granted, he's not a good offensive coordinator, but there's a lot of things that aren't his fault. Like this line is that bad. Like they're not winning they're not winning to make these plays that he's calling look good, you know.
Yeah, no, not at all. They're getting blown up quicker than they can actually develop. So, like, there is things that he does that's bad, you know, mismanagement and sometimes bad calls, time management's bad, timeout management be bad. So, I mean, there's things he does that's not good for us, and I think he's going to be gone at the end of the year. Yeah. I just don't think Vrabel likes doing coaches changes in the middle of the year because that does affect players. Not like a GM change doesn't really affect too much, but an offensive coordinator fire right before the playoffs, that changes a lot. But I think Downing's gone at the end of this year. I don't see him sticking around.
Knowing Mike Vrabel, they gonna keep his ass. They gonna keep him. They was it was the offensive line. It was the players.
Yeah. Oh God, no. I mean, he is limited with the talent we have on the field, but he's definitely not the guy for the job either. He don't get all the blame, but he has a nice slice of that pie.
It's like they get confused once the defense start moving around, and then boom, the QB is hit. Shake my head.
Yes.
Man, they're just trash, dude. Like we need a new offensive line coach, man. There's no way that this offensive line is this bad. This is historically bad. Watching them when I know the Titans got to pass the ball, I'm expecting either a sack, incomplete pass, or a miraculous first down. Like oh, what they got a first down? Like how? I don't know what it is. I feel like we're the only football team in the NFL where I get nervous when we get in a situation we got to pass. It's not like this Stone Age football, man. It shouldn't be like this.
And I don't know about for you, but for me, it's like it's the wide receivers why it makes me worried because we've seen Tannehill make throws where people can catch it. And like, I mean, when Traylon got hurt on that Eagles game, that was a beautiful pass right in there, right on target in a real tight window. Mm-hmm. But man, I get nervous when we got to pass, or I get nervous when the game is in a situation where we can't operate through Henry because we don't perform well, and we don't call plays well in that situation.
Let's see. See what else they got going on here. It says Henry Burst, Okonkwo, and Tanya Ben is all I need to worry about keeping. Yeah, I agree. I don't know what they're gonna do with Ryan Tannehill. We got to see what, like I said, it comes down to this new GM. Let's see what this new GM talking about. Because with Ryan Tannehill, his contract, he's not. Granted, I like Ryan Tannehill. I think he's doing his job this year. I don't think anything that's going on right now is his fault. But his contract, he's making so much money. He's not living up to that contract. Like, the man has to play like Justin Herbert to live up to that darn contract. He has to play like Patrick Mahomes to live up to that contract. They paid that man so much money that he might be a cap casualty. And it's crazy because he's a freaking quarterback. Like, your quarterback should never be a cap casualty. And they go back to J-Rob. Like, J-Rob should not have paid him that contract, dude. He paid this man like he was Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen. Like, dude, what are you doing? You know?
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm looking at his contract. So it's what? 4 years, 118 million. Is what he got for the contract with the Tennessee, including 20 million signing bonus, 91 million guaranteed. The potential out will be in 2023 for us with Tannehill, but I don't. He's getting paid a lot, but the average quarterback right now is like getting paid around 30 million a year. Like Derek Carr is getting paid 25 to 30 million a year. Tannehill's not making that. So I get it. He is making a lot, but that's the problem with the QB market. The QB market has inflated that price so much that I feel like we could restructure and get Tannehill to go a little cheaper. But it's like the Taylor Lewan situation. Yeah, his contract's high, but Malik's not ready.
Yeah.
So what are we going to do? Like, are we really going to start rebuilding right now and waste the next last 2 years of Harry?
With the Malik situation with me is we're not even running an offense that's predicated to Malik's strengths. Like, we're gonna have to, when Malik becomes a starter, we're gonna have to go to a more spread type offense. Basically, what I've been talking to you about, Firestone, about like we need to have three or four wide receivers on the field at all times. You know, so we can play to his skill set and have fast wide receivers that can separate. You know, because that's what he's looking for. He's looking for wide receivers to separate. He ain't looking to throw somebody open. He'll eventually learn that skill, but he needs to throw it to the wide receivers that's already open.
Facts. Correct. Yeah, he's not tight window ready to throw.
No, not at all.
No.
He got to get in a rhythm before he make a throw like that.
Yeah.
He's right. The whole team is going to look different if possible. Yeah, the whole team. I'm telling you, it's going to be a whole change. I'm picking the Jaguars to win our division next year. And granted, I had to, just suck it up. Like, but right now they're built better than us, and they're like roster wise, they're built better than us. They have their franchise quarterback. They need a couple more pieces for them to compete with the rest of the tops of the AFC. They're already competing with them. They're just not beating them. You know what I'm saying? They beat their first real AFC, one of the tops of the AFC in last Sunday with us, but they haven't beat anybody that's. And they really haven't beat, like, they need to beat a team like the Chiefs, the Ravens, maybe the Ravens, the Chiefs, the Bengals, one of them type teams before they can feel like that they're there,
Mm-hmm. Like, I still think we can do something with Tannehill right now. Like, I really do. Because like you look at some of these other quarterbacks in the league, like Derek Carr, for instance, like he got Devontae Adams, and look what he's doing out there, and he's making a lot of money to play this position, and people still have faith in him. But I just don't like we haven't surrounded Tannehill with a good, like we had a good line for 2 years for Tannehill, but we've never had an actual wide receiver core. We've maybe had one good wide receiver every year that Tannehill's been here. And even this year, I think this is the worst wide receiver core we've ever had for Tannehill to throw to.
He said bootlegs, move in the pocket, up tempo, spread formation, quick passes, doses of what? That's coaching. Yeah, we're gonna have to, like, from now on, man. We're gonna have to start learning how to beat teams other ways, man. We can't just line up with two tight ends. Like, you see that people are just getting to the point where they putting six defensive linemen on the line of scrimmage, and like, okay, we know you're running Henry right here. We know you're gonna do this. We know you're gonna do a bootleg on this play. Like, they're catching on to what we're doing.
And even that, they know that they can put 6 men on that D line, and they don't respect our O line. That even if we are passing and we're not running, they're going to get through our O line to get a sack before Tannehill can get the ball off. So like they don't respect that O line, and it shows. They don't fear it.
Mm-hmm. They said Tanny got to go. He said he hold on to the ball too long when he should leave the pocket for real, for real. Tannehill's never been a guy like he's never been a lead the pocket type person. He sit in the pocket, he take the hit, and he tries to dart it in there with two, three people. He can fit them passes in tight windows. So my thing is,
yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm done.
He's mobile, but he's not a mobile quarterback. He can be mobile, but he's not a mobile quarterback.
Yeah, he's not gonna get. He's not an improviser like that.
And I mean, he don't have a lot of time in the pocket either to really honestly be holding on to the ball too long. Like them sacks and the D line get to him really quick. But that's where Malik is going to add a little bit of extra threat to us when he's ready, because he's going to be able to lead the pocket. He's going to be able to make plays with his feet that Tannehill can't make. But right now, Tannehill can make throws that Willis can't, and he can make reads on plays that Willis can't.
Mm-hmm. He said, "What happened to play action slants in the middle of the field?" I don't know, man. We don't like. That's another thing. Like with Burks, like you telling me he can't run no quick slant like AJ. Like they don't give us Burks the AJ Brown route tree. Like, and I feel like he can run those routes that he was running when he was here, like out routes, slant routes, post. Like you telling me he can't do that? You know, we ain't seen no slants from Traylon Burks, and
no.
Now I don't understand it. Something easy that can get him going. You know.
No, we run the slants to Cody Hollister and people like that. Like, for real, that's what Cody Hollister's been running all year, is the inside slants. Like, when he's on the field, they put him in that slot, running inside slant with Cody Hollister, and I'm like, this is not, like...
Man, I don't even want to hear that name no more, man. Cody Hollister page. Oh, my gosh. Then you can't forget the off-season champion Mason Kinsey, dude. Like, I'm like, dude, like, he's not that good. Like, people are hyping him up all off-season.
Yeah.
Mason Kinsey, he's the next Julian Edelman. He's this, he's that. I'm like, no, he's not. Like, what are you talking about?
Oh, man.
He said, we need to go back to the big, nasty 300-pound plus lineman. I don't give a damn. Outside of Ben Jones, he said these dudes don't give me no sight. Yeah, man. Like, now feel what he's saying?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, well said. They don't give, outside of Ben Jones. There's no like gritty people in our trenches on that offensive line that will just get in there, get dirty, and get that job done. Like blocking on the offensive line is a dirty job, and it don't seem like none of them want to stand in there and do it. But Ben Jones, and he's trying to help Brewer's trying to help Daly, and them both are messing up, and he's trying to, like, we got to do something, because like we need more people like Ben Jones there, because Ben Jones is almost ready to go too.
They said, but Hollister blocks.
Spoken like Todd Robinson.
I can't. I don't understand it, man. They love wide receivers that block, not wide receivers that get open and score touchdowns. That's what they like. They said, yeah, that was a good pass. Pass by. He said he still held the ball too long, trying to let the play to develop, and he don't know how to have that much time with the offensive line that should be around. Man, our line just trash. I just can't even evaluate Tannehill play like that with this line. Like, any quarterback, we could have Peyton Manning out there, and he gonna look terrible with this line.
That's what I try to like be realistic about. Like, I agree with him on a lot of things he says, but then when you start dissecting it more, you're like, okay, the O line is trash, and they get to him really quick. Okay, all right, well then he needs to get the ball out quicker than this now. Okay, well then the wide receivers aren't running routes to get open neither. Like, I think you put a lot of other quarterbacks in Tannehill's situation, and they'll be doing the same, if not worse, than what Tannehill does, because we've seen a lot of other quarterbacks have talent around them and talented wide receivers, and still can't do what Tannehill does sometimes. So it's hard to evaluate him when the O-line is as bad as it is, and there's not a wide receiver that's getting open on our team.
Mm-hmm. They said we don't have time to rebuild with Henry getting older. It may not be a rebuild. It might be a retool.
Restructured it, yeah.
Yeah, it may not be just an all-out rebuild. A rebuild is basically trading. If we trade Henry, then we're rebuilding. Because he's the franchise player. So That's to me that's a rebuild. With us, we just need to up the talent level around him, man. We ain't got no talent. Like our wide receiving core is not scaring anybody outside of Birds and our tight ends. And then we got all we got in our passing game is our two rookies that's really scaring anybody. And what is that? That's crazy, right? We got two rookies that scare, not the veterans, the two rookies.
Yeah. And see, for me, like a sign of like, and I'm with you. It just needs restructure. Some pieces just need to be restructured and tweaked and tooled back up, right? But for me, if we let Tannehill go and Malik is already taking over, that's a rebuild for me. I feel like if next year Malik Willis takes over, we're in rebuild because he's not ready.
Tannehill needs to go. Y'all need another Vince Young, not a game manager. We need a playmaker at quarterback. So whenever our run game isn't there, he can just take over. Honestly, like that's what we're missing.
Yeah, I don't like the Vince Young reference because Vince really didn't do much here for us. He had some good games, but he didn't do nothing for us really. Like we need another Steve McNair. That's what we really need. Like Steve McNair was mobile. He got out, he ran, he took the hits when he needed to, he made throws when he needed to, but also when there's times that we need him to make plays with his feet, he went out there and made plays with his feet. Like, yeah, we're not going to get that from Tannehill right now, but what's a better option right now for us? Like, I believe Malik will be the future for us if everything changes around because he has like that playmaker ability, and that's going to be cool. But he's just not ready for me yet. It's hard to move on from Tannehill and not have something else when we got 2 or 3 years left with Henry and we need to go win a Super Bowl with him.
Yeah. My thing is with quarterback, like I need to be able to, when I get in the playoffs, I should know that I have a chance when the run game isn't there. Because when we get in these playoffs, they're going to do everything they can to take Henry away. So we need a quarterback that's going to step up, and make the throws to get y'all to back off Henry a little bit, Like, okay, we playing – that's why I was telling them we need to get somebody like Lamar Jackson because the people respect Lamar Jackson. People know what Lamar Jackson can do to a defense. And with Derrick Henry there, you're gonna have to pick and choose on them read options. You got to pick and choose somebody that pick and choose who you gonna give up on that run game. You gonna give up Derrick Henry run up the middle, or you gonna give up Lamar Jackson on the outside. So we just need a quarterback that's a playmaker in my opinion.
I can see Malik being that, but we still got a ways to go before we're going to see if that's actually what he can be.
Yeah, he got a long ways to go. If you run tight formations, you put 9 or 10 defensive players in the box. You're not going to protect with receivers running 15-yard routes. Yeah, he's right on that. I mean, that's always been the Titans' offense, though. But my thing is with AJ Brown, he was just so dominant of a wide receiver, and what I'm saying, he would kill all those coverages. But now we don't have that no more. So
yeah, and that kind of goes back to what you were just talking about a while ago too. Is that like nobody respects Tannehill in the passing? Well, is it Tannehill or is it because there's no threats or they don't respect the wide receivers? Because when we had AJ out there, they respected it. What's the only thing that's changed? AJ ain't here. So when AJ was here, they respected Tannehill and throwing. But now we don't have those dynamic people on the outside. So nobody's scared of our wide receivers. Not a single person in this NFL don't think they can man up against one of our receivers and lock them down.
Exactly. And that's why I said we need to either go wide receiver first round or we need to go offensive lineman, either one of the two. That's the two positions they need to look at the most because we can't – our wide receivers aren't scaring nobody. Not at all. And they need to go in this free agency and look at a team that's about to blow up like, the Arizona Cardinals and try to get D-Hop. Get D-Hop. And get a wide receiver in this first round and let's get a wide receiving core that people are actually scared of. They're just going to make plays and we know going to make plays.
Yeah, facts. We just need to have a respectable passing game. That's all it needs to be is just a respectable.
Beat the Ravens and Chargers. The Ravens and Chargers are probably like a tier 2, tier 3 team right now, basically around where we're at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was saying with the Jaguars, I need y'all to beat the Bills, the Chiefs, the Bengals, them teams. You know what I'm saying? That's the teams I'm talking about. Once y'all beat them, then y'all will be one of those teams. Those are the elite teams of the AFC right now. Those three teams. It said bootlegs get your QB in space. When was the last time you seen a bootleg? Well, I'll let you take that one.
That goes back to the offensive line. Like they don't block normal schemes. They're not picking up the blocks when they're supposed to. Like the whole communication and the blocking mechanics on this O line is just bad. And that's why we can't do some of the things we used to see from our team, that like the bootlegs and the play action. Like we can barely get slant plays and 5-yard, 10-yard routes passed because Tannehill's getting hit so quickly, let alone to run a play action and bootlegs to get something. Like our guys are getting beat in their spaces, let alone trying to pull them out for a bootleg and expect them to block too. Like this O-line is really, like, the more you start to watch, and if you just focus on the O-line when you watch tape, you'll realize that every single play that O-line is getting whooped, and it's really bad.
What was I about to say? Well, yeah, bootleg. Basically, we got to be able to run the ball to run bootlegs. You got, like, right now the Titans struggle to run the ball against good teams. They'll run against bad ones, but when it comes to like I said, the top three teams in the AFC right now, which is the Chiefs, the Bills, and the Bengals, and we played all three, and we couldn't run the ball on either one of them when it came down, when the game was on the line. So it's hard to run a bootleg when the run game ain't there. Because everything is based off the run with us. If we can't run the ball, it's hard for us to even have an offense. It's hard to do anything.
Yeah, very true.
They said Hooper Chief Woods, offensive coordinator 101. If you have 9 in the box of slanders there, your woes start with coaching. Yeah, the coach is a part of it.
Absolutely. Like I said, I think Downing needs to go. I just don't think we're doing a coaching offensive coordinator change in the middle of the season, just because that's a lot to overcome mid-season and going into the playoffs. But I truly believe Downing is gone at the end of this year.
Yeah, he's got to be.
Yeah.
He's got to be. He's not a good coach. And I think Vrabel sees it, but he doesn't want to. He ain't going to let him go until the end of the season. And he already got a DUI, and he's already coaching like trash. He got to go.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, there's not many pros and a lot of cons with him.
They said Hollister's blocking and burst playmaking ability if you ask Downing and Vrabel. I don't understand it, man. We've been trashing them. We've been trashing Hollister. We've been trashing Daly, and we've been trashing Todd Downing for how many weeks now? And they just keep trotting them on back out there like they just good players. Like, no, man, I don't understand it.
Yeah,
they said, but we have Daly. Dennis Daly is so bad. I just don't understand. Like, I feel like we could find a high school left tackle better than him. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
You said what's with Henry's fumbles? He did get popped today. It's a pop though. Yeah, he got popped, bro. It was a good hit. That was a good hit. You can't be mad at it, man. That's what happens when you're a running back in the league, man. You just you're gonna get got. He got, man. Yeah. It is what it is.
Yeah, and then the other one was what the miss snap handle of the direct snap with the halfback sweep, I believe, was his other one. So
yeah, he also fumbled against the Bengals too. And they hit the ball out before he got to the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, I miss Corey Davis too. I don't.
Bruh, with the receiving core we have now, he'd be better.
Yeah, he'd be better than what we have now, but I know from the long run we're gonna get tired of Corey Davis, dude. Like he ain't no wide receiver that's gonna get you there, you know.
Yeah, and he don't stay healthy either. Why would we drafted so many players that came out of college hurt? Corey Davis hurt, Harold Landry hurt. Like what was up with this?
Well, go ahead and get ready because Jackson Smith and Jigba from Ohio State is hurt. So I was like, oh yeah, he's perfect for the Titans.
Shit,
perfect. He coming right on Tennessee.
Yeah, dang man, we got to get over this injury-prone sickness. I don't know what it is, but we got to get over it.
Most injured team of all time, baby. They go ahead and get used to it, man.
God.
He said, if your line is trash, he said you spread the defense out, you go up tempo, you run bootlegs, quick slant, move the pocket, dude. You Dude, y'all don't see that it's coaching. No, they have film. Even if AJ was there, it'd be the same. But I mean, like I said, I've been telling Firestone, dude, they got to do something different, man. I don't understand why we keep running the same offense and running to the same problem. Like even on I know I hate bringing up this game, but even on Madden when I first started playing Madden with the Titans, I was running the Titans playbook. I was running it and it wasn't working. So guess what I did? I went to somebody else's playbook and I did something different. You can do the same thing, you know what I'm saying? It works.
Well, it's definitely coaching. I mean, but like we just don't have playmakers anywhere outside to do anything with it either. But it's a lot of things. There's a lot. That's what makes everything so crazy and hectic right now is that we have a lot of things we need to fix that we shouldn't have to fix with the way our team is.
Bro, I do this.
Like our offense should be in better shape than it is. Like we have one of the best offensive lines at one point in time. We should be better at this point than we are. We shouldn't be having this many holes in coaching and players.
Yeah, he said a bootleg is what you do when you can't block. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we know what the bootleg is.
But if the ends can't set nothing and the blitzes are coming off the ends, where you gonna bootleg to? Right into the blitz?
Exactly. You're gonna look like when we played the Cardinals. Now, you remember we played the Cardinals, we ran that bootleg and Tannehill got popped and he fumbled. Like, man, they play it. You know what I'm saying? The defense plays it. I've seen them play it. It's hard. That's why we don't run as many bootlegs as we do anymore, because people know they put in their scouting report that the Titans like to run a lot of bootlegs. So guess what? They're gonna find a way to stop it. Mm-hmm. Then as soon as they see one team stop it, guess what? Everybody's gonna do it. They're gonna run the same defense. It's a copycat league.
Mm-hmm. And our tackles just don't hold the edge. Our tackles don't. They're not up to par.
He said, "I thought y'all were high on Hollister. Man, I ain't never said nothing good about Cody Hollister ever. Trash. He trash." Said Corey Davis can't stay healthy and now overpaid with New York. Yeah, he overpaid.
True. Like he can't stay healthy and yeah, he's definitely overpaid. He wasn't worth it. That was a draft bust we missed on too.
Yeah, it was the right decision to let go of Corey Davis. I'm not mad at that one at all. I'll never say I miss Corey Davis because if he get on this team, he'll have every now and then go for 100 yards, and then next thing you know, he disappears for about 3-4 games. Yeah, like he's not number one wide receiver material. He's not.
No.
And people talk about, man, Corey Davis make a play for the Jets, and I'm like, we all know he gonna have his 1 or 2 games where he go off.
He makes plays, but not consistently enough, and that's why he got left. Why we let him go is because like we brought in AJ, and AJ as a rookie was outshining Corey for his whole tenure that he was here, and it's like you're not what we thought you was. This was supposed to be your Robin, and you were Batman, and he came in here like Batman, and you are looking less and less talented the more AJ plays, and then we let AJ go too.
They said, they said you can always bring back Julio Jones.
Oh God, no, man.
Yeah, so we can play 4 games in a season, man. That dude is injury prone as ever. We already tired of the injuries as it is.
Yeah, that's what it's like. It's like, where are we gonna go? We miss on our free agents when we do sign them. Nobody stays healthy. Like I don't know if it's like, do we really need to look into our conditioning coach? Is that really where you think the problem is lying with our injuries, or is it the type of players we're drafting or getting?
They said, boy, y'all need me on one night, bro. He said, do y'all have, and you do have playmakers. I'm talking about the playmakers compared to the rest of the league, man. We ain't got nobody that's elite outside of Derrick Henry. Mm-hmm. Ain't got nobody elite outside of Derrick Henry. It's literally just Henry.
Who's another player on our offense that is feared around the league besides Derrick Henry?
We're gonna see a whole bunch of crickets in the comments. I promise. Well, I mean, yeah, we get you on one night, man. Just hit me up, hit us up in the DMs. We'll get you on one night.
Absolutely.
And they said, how do we stop Allen and Keenan Allen and Mike Williams this week? Said defense have been getting smoked. They've been getting smoked.
Yeah.
Get to Justin Herbert. That's the only way.
And we couldn't get to Trevor Lawrence last week. So we haven't been able to get sacks and we haven't been able to cause turnovers. And if we can't do that as a defense, we're not going to win games.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to see.
The Chargers right now, they kind of struggling too. I mean, they kind of got hot a little bit against Miami, but they're the offensive line. I was watching them play. Their offensive line is bad. It ain't as bad as ours, but it's bad. And they can't stop the run. Like they honestly could have ran most and more in that game. They just want to throw to Tyreek Hill too many times. But they do got a good pass defense. They run defense is really bad, like really bad.
Yeah, so look like for them, Derwin James is going to be out. Mike Williams is going to be playing, so they should be getting their wide receivers back. And it's not even just Allen and Williams. Like they have. I mean, Eckler's not out, right? Eckler's not hurt, is he? So they still got Eckler.
Mm-hmm.
And man, whether run or pass, that dude is a threat. So there's a lot of offensive things that we need to watch out for on the Chargers that I don't have confidence in. Like we do need to get to Herbert, but I don't know how we're going to do that.
Mm-hmm. He said, "How much cap do you have to improve the team in the offseason?" It's Josh Singer. I don't know why your name ain't popping up. It's saying Facebook user.
He probably in the private group. We'll have more of this upcoming season because you're going to see a lot of players get cut. You're going to see a lot of players get restructured contracts, and you're going to see us open up a lot of money this offseason come.
Mm-hmm. How much cap do you have? Yeah, because I think last time I saw it was 16 million. I think it was 16 million. But the cuts that we can make, like Zach Cunningham and all these other guys, man, they're gonna open up at least about 40 million. And yeah, they have money to upgrade the roster after this, especially for the new GM. We'll probably have a lot of dead count, but we'll see. He says that our playmakers are Hooper, Woods, and Chig.
Where's Woods been a playmaker at? Hooper came on late half of the year, and he's actually like Chig. I'm with you, but Chig's outperforming Hooper, and Chig's a late round draft pick. So, and Woods has been almost non-existent for us this year.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was good in LA, but I don't know if that was because he was good in LA or if that's because Cooper Kupp was next to him.
He said y'all need to have Parlay and Gary Jones on next week. Who's Parlay and Gary Jones? You know who that is?
I don't.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. He said, but we only run the ball in the first half. Man, I don't understand. That man had 96 yards in the first quarter and got the ball 5 times after that. 5 times.
How many times have we seen that this season though? Like it gets hot and then it's like like I said, like it almost like Downing gets in his head, like, okay, now they're expecting to run. Now let's try to do this passing stuff. And it's like, just keep feeding him. Keep running the ball. Stop trying to get in your own head. Like, well, this isn't working. Let's try to. I don't know what's going on, but they need to keep giving him the damn ball. Third and fourth quarters when he's the best, and we're not giving him the ball then.
No, he with Desi Banks. I'm gonna look him up. I don't know what you're talking about. I like Desi Banks though. I don't know if he a Tiger fan though. Let me see. You know who's a Titan fan? Freaking Klay Thompson. You see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, he a big Titan fan.
Yeah. Man. I was happy to see that. It's like, man, you don't see too many other professional players wearing Tennessee. It's usually like Buccaneers and Cowboys and Kansas City all the damn time. It was nice to see somebody outside of a country music star wearing Titans.
Yeah. What's the name? Ed Sheeran's a Titan fan too.
That's good.
Yeah, he when he said he moved out to England, I think he's from like England or something. No, he said whenever he said he moved out from England, he comes out to Nashville to record his albums or whatnot. And he said when he was out there, he went to a couple of Titans games and he became a fan. And I was like, oh man, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? It was a big interview with him talking about the Tennessee Titans.
Oh, that's cool. I have to look into that.
Yeah, it's definitely a good read. He said run, pass, punt. Man, that's been our playbook since I've been alive. I've yet to see the Titans do anything else different. Run, pass, and punt.
Bro, I can't remember what this movie is, and I hope somebody in the comments remembers what it is so they can put it. But man, it's a movie, and there's a point where like the coach, and it's a parody movie, it's a comedy movie, and the coaches are over there coaching and they're playing the game, and they're like, they know all our plays to our playbook. Hurry up, go turn the Xbox off. And it's like that's kind of what it feels like when we're playing these. Like with Downing, it's like, man, are you just strictly calling plays off of a Ask Madden off of fucking Madden game? Like you just
I
asking
wouldn't be
Madden?
surprised. I mean, all we do is run the ball up the middle to the left to the right, and then throw it to then throw a desperate pass on 3rd and 9. That's all they do. They don't.
I'm tired of seeing two. It's 3rd and 2, and we go a 20-yard, 15-yard pass. Like, bro, it's 3rd and 2. Just get the first down.
I just don't understand it, man. How many more times are we gonna run pass until they realize that's not how you win a Super Bowl in today's day of football? Maybe back in the 1960s, 1970s, you ain't win no Super Bowl now like that. You gonna have to sling it, man. Look at the team that won it last year. They slung the ball. Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
Odell Beckham Jr. They got wide receivers, man. You ain't getting there nowhere. This is the perfect time. See, if Amy, hopefully Amy, she's younger. She understands. Okay, if she want to win a Super Bowl, she just look at the rest of the teams that's won Super Bowl. Man, none of them get one at running the ball on every other play. It's not gonna happen.
Yep. The run opens up everything else. You can't just you can't use just a workhorse and ride his back anymore. This ain't Jerome Bettis for the Steelers anymore. We can't do that stuff.
Not gonna work anymore.
Like you need a run game, but it is not what you can win off of. I mean, like you can't just win with the running game. You got to have everything else balanced out there, and you got to have a respectable passing option because at some point it's going to be called upon to win a game. And it might not be every week, but it's going to be called upon to win a game, and we got to be able to win a game through passing. And I ain't seen us do that in a while.
Sooner or later, man, I think this is the perfect opportunity for us to become modern. For once, just become modern. Listen to me, it's Amy. You already got this brand fancy new stadium coming. Let's go and be a modern team, man. They've done it in the past. We've done it with Warren Moon, man. Let's go ahead and do it with the Tennessee Titans. Did it with Houston Oilers. Man, it's time to be modern, man. This run pass ain't gonna get us no Super Bowl. It's not gonna happen. I promise you.
Yeah, facts.
That's like trying to win an NBA championship shooting a bunch of mid-range jumpers. Like it's not gonna happen. You're gonna have to shoot threes to get there.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna have to. You're not gonna be able to just play big body anymore. You're gonna have to go small a little bit, something. Everybody going to shoot threes.
Right now, the Titans got 2 7-foot big men down there trying to get a bunch of rebounds and put it back up. Like with some guards that's just that don't shoot threes and shoot mid-range jumpers. That's what we're doing right now. It's not gonna happen. Sooner or later, you're gonna run to a team that's gonna shoot threes and get you up out of there. Shoot them big men out the game. And he said, "Parlay not a real person, just like Gary Jones." What did man talk? Man a fool. He said, when you have a running back that draws 9 in the box, your tight end should eat in the possessions of receiver and Woods. It's effing coaching. That's where Hooper and Woods are. If you bring in another offensive coordinator, you'll see the production. Oh, yeah, we've already been stressing Todd down, and he's trash.
Yeah.
He's trash. Without question, man. He doesn't feed his playmakers, man. He don't adjust to what the defense is doing. He's a script. That's all he is. He just write a bunch of script plays. And he just calling them. He's just calling random plays, man. You can just tell. Like when we first get out there and we always drive right on down the field, score a touchdown, and then the defense make adjustments, and he doesn't call plays that kills their adjustment. He doesn't do it.
Yeah,
he's just out there just calling anything.
Yeah, and I'm with him. I'm not sold on Hooper's Woods. It's like, oh, they're done and this and that, but it's like it's hard to just get a full evaluation of anybody this year because of the fact that, like I said, like. The Downing coaching is bad and he doesn't get these players. So like we're trying to be like, well, where's Hooper, where's Woods? Well, then yeah, because coaching's not doing this and that. Like every time when we go to be like, well, why ain't this working? There seems like there's layers of the reason why. And like a lot of those times it leads back to Downing. It's Downing not making calls or Downing not scripting stuff. So I think I was happy when Hooper came and happy when Woods came, but they just ain't been there this year. And I agree, Downing got to go.
Yeah, he got to go. He said, "I throw a pass behind the line of scrimmage on 3rd and 10." Yeah, he do that. He do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
3rd and 10, throw a screen. 3rd and 2, let's run a 15-yard route. Like, yeah, don't make no sense.
Yeah, exactly, man. We speaking facts about this offense. This offensive play calling is terrible. It's horrible. He said, "Look at what you just said." He said, "We saying that we have no talent." I'm not saying we don't have no talent. I'm trying to compare my talent to the Bengals, the Chiefs, and the Bills. That because that's who we're gonna have to beat to get to the Super Bowl. We don't have Super Bowl talent. We don't. We ain't got no Super Bowl talent. That's what I mean when I say we ain't got no talent. I'm looking at other teams that are more talented than us, and it's just. I mean, granted, our head coach, man, who's a very good head coach, is not. He can't outcoach a team that's just way more talented than he is. It's hard. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to do a lot of coaching to get us over that hump.
Yeah. And there's a difference. Like, we do got a lot of talent on this team, but there's a difference between talent and playmakers. There's a ton of talented players in the NFL. That's how you get to the NFL. You're talented. But playmakers, and Chick could possibly be a playmaker, but this is a rookie season for him. Like, we don't know. Like, it's great and it's looking nice. But like we got to do something. Like, I'm with you. We got some optimism. We got things to be optimistic about. But this it does keep coming back to Downing. It does go back to Downing. Like, you can't give some of these players a fair evaluation because of how he calls plays.
Yeah, like I said, Downey is definitely holding us back. But at the same time, like I said, I know even if we had a great offensive play caller, he can only do so much. And when we play Kansas City and we got to go blow for blow with them, and you know what I'm saying, we just not a 30-point. But it don't matter how good an offensive coordinator is. It's not a 30-point per game offense. It's just not. It's not you can't if the Kansas City that day just decides to score 40 points, we can't do that. We can't. We're not scoring no 40 points on damn near anybody. We probably not gonna score 40 on the Texans. You know, it's just not a high powered offense.
Yeah, facts. But we just need to get that talent in here, though. We can be that. We just need the talent. Now, hopefully, whatever GM we go with will bring us in that talent and people that stay on the field.
That we have right now, the talent that we have, we cannot make mistakes like at all. Like literally when I seen that we turned the ball over 3 times against the Jaguars, we was only down a TD, and I told people, I said, bro, we finna lose this game. And people was like, no, man, you just being negative. I'm like, no, bro, we don't have the talent to get out of a hole like this. You can't do that. You can't turn the ball over 3 times and then give them the ball at halftime and we're coming out of half and expect to beat a team that can score. It's just not gonna happen. He said, "Bro, we have Super Bowl talent, dude." He said, "We took the Chiefs to the playoffs. Why play caller lost the Bengals game? It's not high powered offense, high power because I mean it's still the regular season. The regular season and the playoffs are two different things. Mm-hmm. Like I know when we get in the playoffs and we play the Bengals, they're gonna be a whole different team than what they are now. They're gonna elevate their game. You get what I'm saying?"
And what Bengals didn't have Chase in that game, and Chiefs, which is what we've always said. Like the Chiefs, what makes the Chiefs so exciting is also kind of their downfall in certain situations. But the media don't like to talk about that. Like, they have to play backyard football a lot of times and pull things out of their ass and make these things that is great for the media to be like, look at this and that. But a lot of times the Chiefs have to make things happen and games come to the wire to them. But
the Chiefs also ain't got no defense. They ain't got no defense.
And that the Chiefs game was a little weird. I don't know because that was we had Willis in that game too, and I didn't like. I don't know. I think that was just a bad showing by the Chiefs that day. Like, we're not going to see that Chiefs in the playoffs. That's not the Chiefs that's going to show up in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's tough to find receivers that want to come to a run first team, got to hit in the draft. Oh, yeah, most definitely. There's gonna that one thing I do like about today's day in football. There's 150,000 wide receivers you can find in the draft. I promise you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the market, it's not even just that too. It's the market in Nashville. Like we saw AJ, who was a great talent, had no endorsements. He left and went to Philly. Now he got endorsements all left and right? So like that's also the hard thing with getting players to come to Nashville. It's not only, oh, we're a run first team, but you're not going to be talked about as a player here. You're not going to be very marketable as a player here. Like there's a lot of things that persuade players not to come here.
Mm-hmm.
Or makes it hard for them.
We're most definitely growing in Nashville. It's getting better, but we gotta, like I said, we ain't gonna get to where we want to be until we get a Lombardi.
Yeah, facts.
You get a Lombardi, a lot of things you can flex a little bit better. You know, the flex we trying to pull off without a Lombardi, people gonna look at us and laugh. You know.
Yeah.
You need the Lombardi. As simple as that. And that's what all this post is. That's why I laugh. Like we looking at the Jaguar fans that's so hype about beating the Titans, and we like, man, you gotta. It ain't about beating us. I mean, yeah, it's cool. It's cool to beat you finally beat us for one time, but at the same time, bro, like, are you good enough to win? What are you gonna do with this win? Are you gonna win the AFC South? You gonna compete with the Bengals and the Chiefs and the Bills? Is that what you gonna do? No, or what you doing, man? Like. They said we didn't have Archie in that game against the Bengals. That's true.
True. Yeah.
True. They also didn't have Jamar Chase or Joe Mixon. So they could have scored more. They could have scored more that game.
Yeah. Yeah. Like that's. And like I said, playoffs is different. There's teams that go and they do play calling throughout the season. So when it sets up what type of plays and what type of team they want to be in the playoffs. Some teams have that luxury of thinking that far ahead that they can be set up plays throughout the season that is going to set up play calling in the playoffs. So, they know we did a bunch of this in the regular season. So now when we come to the playoffs, we can maybe run a play action on this, or maybe, we can bootleg out on this or that, or we can throw a little twist to it because they're going to bite on A because they've seen A all season. And now we're about to pull out B on them.
Yeah. But I mean, you gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, make sure y'all check us out next week. We'll be on here Thursday at 8:30. You know what I'm saying? Got some big things. We're gonna discuss the game that we had against the Chargers, and we're gonna discuss what's going on. I think we got with the Cowboys next.
Texans next.
The Texans next. Okay. Yep. Yeah, so we'll have the Texans next, and we'll be discussing that game. We always here. We always bring the energy. Make sure when you're on here, comment. Tell us how you feel about the Titans. We love when people discuss. And comment because we like to bring them up.
Absolutely.
And also, yeah, improvisation is one thing that we're good at on this podcast. So that's it. Like, subscribe. If you're on YouTube, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? If you're on Facebook, hit that follow button. We're always gonna be here, and we're gonna keep growing.
Absolutely. Appreciate all y'all. Appreciate all the support. Appreciate y'all tuning in every week with us. So we look forward to it, and we're excited to have y'all here. So we truly appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir, baby. Out this thing.